Today, we're talking about a family that is raising their kids with no gender. And judging from the like to dislike ratio, this seems like an amazing video.
Hazel and Sparrow.
We have a 2-year-old anti-gender baby, and
She is 2 years old. She is 2 years old. That's all I have to say.
Disclose Sparrow's gender.
we don't know it yet. It's something that Sparrow's gonna have to figure out.
Bro, you can just tell being part of the LGBTQ is like their entire personality.
Oldest child Hazel. That's neither male nor female.
Please tell us how and why you decided to come out as non-binary.
Because
I couldn't answer that question. She decided to come out as non-binary because her parents told her to. He didn't have a choice. She didn't have a choice. It's that simple. And the chances of her actually being non-binary are pretty slim, because not everyone is like that. Most people are fine with what they're given at birth.
1.5-year-old Sparrow has yet to make a choice about their gender.
Sparrow, do you want to?
I think you're just making more problems than there needs to be.
But we're using they/them pronouns. Sure, they have anatomy, we understand it, but that's not indicative of their identity.
Yeah, and if she comes out as non-binary or transgender, then it's like that. But she's 2 years old. She still doesn't know. It comes with time. So just call her by what she has. You're making it more difficult than it needs to be. You're confusing yourself and your children.
Particularly because it's, something that our parents did and they got it wrong.
Yeah, they did get it wrong, but most of the time it's not wrong. For most people, it's perfectly fine.
I have literally received death threats. The worst is people who threaten my children.
Yeah.
Why would you do that? Like, the children are innocent in this. You shouldn't send threats to anybody, but why the children? They are innocent. Be mad at the parents, not the kids.
You are doing is absolutely horrifying. I feel for your kids. They should never be put through something like that.
Wow, listen, I have a great idea. Maybe if you don't want to be judged on the internet, don't post stuff like that on the internet. And maybe don't upload it to a channel that has 10 million subs.
What you're thinking is so effed up. It's actually scary. Crazy lady.
She is a very crazy lady.
We're raising them without a gender and we're not giving them any information as to what gender is, when that's just not the case.
It's funny because one of the main complaints that people say is children are too young to know their gender. That's why they have to be told what their gender is.
Exactly. Children are children. They don't know what they are. So just treat them like kids. And we go off what they have because it makes your life easier and their life easier.
And we're like, well, I think we agree on the source information. We agree children don't know yet, but how we respond to that fact is very, very different.
You can just teach them about genders and how there's different genders and stuff. You don't have to be like, you're non-binary. You don't have to do that.
So typically, how many hours of study a day do the kids do?
Honestly, probably not more than 1 or 2 where we're at.
2 hours at most. Your kids aren't learning anything.
We don't force them to homeschool. We did it because at the time that's what they wanted, and we're always going to be following their lead on that.
Okay, so, sure, you want to support what your kids want, but they're also kids. You gotta keep that in mind. They don't know everything. They know what they want, but that doesn't mean it's always the right option. Just because my 5-year-old wants to put a fork inside an electricity socket, that doesn't mean I'm gonna let him just because he wants to.
I would say the biggest challenges that we face are the challenges that any family faces that really often have nothing to do with gender.
Before anyone says, I'm not homophobic, transphobic, I don't care what you are. I just have a problem with these people, not the children, the parents.
Just regular raising toddler kind of problems. I think a lot of parents worry about ingraining that kind of gender performance.
And what are you doing? You're ingraining their genders. I think you're doing it more than other people. You're definitely doing it more. Because other people just let their kids be kids. What do? You force them to be non-binary or not have a gender.
A personal identity. Basically, almost everyone on this planet are assigned a gender when we're young. And for most people, that identity assignment works well enough.
Exactly. You just proved my point. Anyway, I hated watching this. Don't forget to like and subscribe. My links are in the description. Bye.